All right. Hey, what's happening? Oh no. Camera got screwed up. I'll have to restart. Sources, can I just stop it? Oh, yeah, better restart it. Close. Yeah, ship. Ship it. Welcome back, ship it. Okay, I guess I had to restart the stream because the camera was not 2K. Do I look like 2K? I'm feeling 2K today. Not 1K, not 4K, just 2K and the chill. And the chill. It's not gonna be chill though. It's not going to be chill. Bro, I'm in the live chat though. Yeah. So if you want to join. What am I doing though today? So I have something that is working, not 100% correct, but close to that. I need my init documentation. So give me init. This one. Okay, and I'm gonna keep it on the side. Keep it on the side. What the? Not this guy. Bro, what are you doing? I wanna keep that on the side.
Hello and good morning, everybody, and welcome to the podcast, Omni, Dev, and Damon.
Yeah.
We're going to start today's podcast with talking about the weather. So it's kind of rainy over here with on my side. I don't know about Omni. How's the weather over there?
Geez, that exciting. What do I have here? Sky, land, yeah, things like that. It's doing great. We still have land, you know.
Oh, Good, good. Tsunamis haven't taken over. People are still alive. Sounds good.
Waterland. What was the movie? Waterland. No, something like that.
Waterland, dude, that was a good movie.
Yeah,
Kevin
it was.
Costner.
Exactly. We are there.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Oh, there. That's all my excitement for the morning.
Wow, you use it all at once.
Yeah.
Damn, what's... Oh yeah, I was doing something, then I
Well, you know
stopped.
when people watch like older live streams, they normally only watch like the first 5 minutes. Maybe that'll keep them
Hooked.
locked in. You know, they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Damn."
Wow, wow, this is this is so energetic, and then everything
Yeah.
falls because we start doing UDP protocols.
Ooh, ooh, UDP, man. That's like scrambling and then unscrambling.
Scrambled packets.
Yeah. I think everything I was doing was just pure WebSockets for now. I think I'll handle UDP another day.
So I want... What do I want? Triangles. Triangle list. Well, I've got something working. Let's see if it still works. The thing with network code is that you have to keep opening multiple processes. So I've got the server running here. Well, actually, I can just build and then go to my favorite folder.
Damn, for me, like in Unity, there was like a few choices that I could have picked. I could have used like base Unity and then use their relay or use some mirror or whatever third-party application that are out there. But I ended up just going with the Steam relay and using their protocols. So it's like it was already all done for me, so I didn't have to worry about the very very nitpicking small parts. Like the base.
I'm not familiar with multiplayer in Unity. I know how to do that in Unreal and how it works, but Unity, I've always seen people use Photon,
Oh, I don't
and
know.
that
Everyone
is...
uses like a third-party library. It's so weird. Yeah, Photon is a big one. Yep.
So did they come up with some multiplayer? I think there was some, I don't know what it was called, the Unity
They
net
use
code something.
yeah, they got Unity netcode for game objects, and they built what they call like a transportation layer, and it's like it's just an abstracted class that each of these like parties have to like build on top of slightly. So like Mirror's got their transport like item that they've built on top of that fits into the Unity cycle. So it's just like everyone's got their own piece, but then they adapt into the transport. But then Fusion actually is just its whole separate program. Like there is no transport. You're dealing with Fusion only.
What is Fusion?
Fusion is I don't know. It's just it's like a highly deterministic multiplayer solution. Like I have a friend of mine using it right now, and every time he talks about it, I just kind of like
Isn't
I'm like,
Fusion
damn.
like part of the Photon? I know
Oh,
Fusion,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to say Fusion. I meant to say Photon. That's
Oh,
my
okay,
bad.
okay. Yeah, Photon. Then it has different bits that real time. I never understood because I've never used it actually, but yeah, I know. Is Photon like what is the architecture of Photon? I think it's is it a star like shape architecture, like the network that it creates, where there is one master or like one host, one of the
Yeah,
peers
so
is the
it's yeah,
host.
yeah, one of the players is the host and like the clients are literally just a viewport. Like you're not actually playing the client. Like when you're a client, you're literally a viewport of the server and it's like it's got its own weird network architecture where you're not actually playing a real client, you're just playing a mirror of a client.
Well, I mean, you decide what is mirror and what is simulated because not everything is simulated. It's not a thin
No,
client.
I know that, but like that's its like main structure. I know with like Unity and the transports, you have the option to choose like is a client like fully deterministic? Does it make all the moves and then tell the server where it's at, right? Or cheating's allowed, and that's normally like you should build your multiplayer games like simple like that, and then add the security stuff on top. That's what I kind of figured when I was going through it. right? But with Photon, it's literally just server and client mocking, and like you have no other choice.
Yeah, I like the Unreal way more. Just because it's much more integrated and you don't really have to do anything. If you have, you can connect to any game, and that is
They got
delicious.
the they got the well, Unreal's got the ability because it's CPP, and I would imagine like most of the good UDP and stuff is all written in C.
Yeah, the good thing is that you don't care. So you know that there are different ways of replicating the state of an object, and you just need to pick one. There is the notify way. There is reliable state synchronization, and there is also some weird server only and that kind of stuff, or client only. I don't know, but yeah, you just pick the what the intent is, and then you will do it.
For Damon's mod, like what I have, it's I don't know if I've shown you, but like I have a Steam game, and you can connect through Steam Relay, start a lobby, join a match, and I got like a really lame built map you can go into, and you can go into the theater and watch a couple episodes of Futurama and South Park together. That's as very as far as I got. But what I had for my multiplayer was it was like a rollback system where it's like the client is pretty much does what it wants, but then like it'll ask the server is like, am I in the correct position, like did I do anything illegal, and then it'll roll you back.
Uh-huh. Okay, but what do you mean rolling back?
Like the server will just kind of hold on to like some like just low level states of like what's kind of going on, and then
Uh-huh.
the client will just kind of send its state over to the server every so often, and then the server will kind of just check to see if there's any like massive gap. Like like my game's not like I haven't had any cheaters yet, so this was just like my first line of defense that I put in, because like none of it's actually going to be usable or know that it actually works until I actually start getting cheaters in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
just like it was just like first line of defense, just a simple rollback to see if like, hey, my character just went from 0x to 100x and his movement speed is only 5 per second, right? Like there's obviously a difference there.
Yeah, I think if you can make it detectable somehow, I don't know, write some logs and have have an AI look hooked into it and can you please find out something weird? That's how it's done nowadays. You just give it to an LLM and see if there is any weirdness in the log. What way? Yeah, being able to detect things, it's way more crucial than actually preventing them.
Right, right. It's kind of like a go as you like, work as you go kind of deal. But obviously, people have gone through experiences in the past, and you can go online and see what
Yeah,
people have done for those, right? And you can kind of
rule of
like
thumbs.
set
Yeah,
up for it. Yeah.
primitive. Okay. So I've got the replication kind of working, but the bad thing about doing networking in localhost is that it's gonna be so good that as soon as you
Hmm.
try it on real hardware, is kind of falls apart.
Do you have like a heartbeat in your engine?
A heartbeat. I think
A
Enet
heartbeat, like
does it for you.
is
So
there
if
update loop, heartbeat? I like to call it the heartbeat.
yeah, there is an event in within Enet. So either the client and so it works like this. You have an initialization stage where you create it, and the client is trying to connect. So you just start with this function, and then everything is event driven. So what I'm doing here is waiting to be connected, but you don't have to
Event
do it
driven,
here.
so most of your stuff's like stateless in a sense.
Um, and what do you mean stateless? It
Because
is.
events just sit there and wait until something happens, right? There's no like states like happening, where it's computing
Uh,
until something. Well,
it does nothing really. It's very raw. So all you have is these five primitives. I don't know, they're five. So you have the connect. You have the received data. Disconnect when it's gratefully disconnected, and then this is the timeout. I think it's implemented using Heartbeat or something. So that's it. That's pretty much. And then that none happened. You This kind of work like the message pump in Windows. So this is similar to get message, and that is nothing. That doesn't do anything. If there is something, then I just parse the message, so the client doesn't really parse. But where is the server? So the server does some parsing, and yeah, and then you can send messages. I don't know if it's thread safe, but yeah, this is how you send a message. Wait, how do you send a message? No, the client sends messages.
Hey, void tick. That's your heartbeat right there.
Yeah, that's the hard. Well, I mean, this is the loop of this is the frame in the game, and then the frame polls events in the enet queue for this client. This client is kind of an event queue, and then whenever you send a message, you really just enqueue it for sending, and then you have to call the service tick. So this is the hard. I don't know how to record it, but this is the service work tick, and maybe I want to have this on a different thread because I feel like the client is a bit sluggish, and maybe I should
Damn
put.
sluggish on local.
It feels a bit slow, yeah. Like the frame rate is not smooth. And since I'm sending,
have you like added like a FPS cap? That normally could solve like some stuttering issues.
well, there is by default the vsync. That's gonna be 60.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. That'll do it.
No, it's just like it feels like whenever it's sending something, this is holding the thread for a bit longer than I wanted. So this feels like a good candidate to be run on a different thread. So this is just going to do its loop, its event loop. Actually, you can put a timeout here. I just put 0 because I want it to take to not wait. But then when it's doing something, it's gonna take some cycles.
So I know with game engines and stuff, you generally want to stay on like a single thread, but like you said something about changing a thread. Like, would that actually make a difference?
Well, it's so the intent is on the is on the main thread. So when you want to send a message, then you will send a message. But the sending of the mess the queuing of the message and the actual sending to the protocol to the network, it's done in in two separate ways, and there is a queue in between. So it feels like it's organized in a way where you
Dude, I
just
almost like
enqueue it, and then you do
like
this
hearing.
loop
Oh, go
on
ahead. Sorry.
you do this loop on a different thread, so that thread just keeps waiting.
Yeah, just kind of hearing that, it almost sounds like you're gonna have race conditions. Like if you have your clients constantly throwing you like multiple threads, and then you're throwing into a single queue. Like, what if player has way better internet than player B, and his shit gets queued way fat? Like all of a sudden, player A is like God compared to player B. You know?
But at least it's not limited by the rendering. So there is going to be I think it's better to have a separate thread for just the networking, so you don't have to wait for frames to be rendered. And the two things are detached, and also you don't want the frame rendering to be to have something to do with the networking.
No, of course not.
And I think you can easily solve the issue with a queue. This is probably already queued, and when I send a message with a client, it's not actually sending it here. So that's the thing. Like, where did it go? So when I call peer send, that does nothing, and until I call the host service.
Hmm.
So yeah. Um, I might just making things up at this point.
Well, that's kind of
Uh,
like you kind of do things and see how they work, and then if they don't, you switch up. Well, that's just the nature of programming.
yeah, it is. It's not extremely well documented, to be honest. I had to find it. Yeah, if I go to the function, this is what I have. Like no comments, and there must be some
Just
comments
code
somewhere.
examples.
Like some are commented, but not all of them. But
And I don't know if you have any. If you got Copilot in your writer, you could ask it to document. And that's one of the things I like. But like, if it's source code, it can't write it. Right?
yeah, as long as it doesn't make shit up, like I'm doing. Like this is a destroy packet. I wasn't sure if when I send a packet, what happens to the packet. Like I've just created a packet, and who's going to destroy it? This is not clear. So I had to dig uh, into the samples and yeah, find a line of comment that said, okay, uh, this is now.
Packets. You know what's so funny? I was working on a GitHub project. Go to my GitHub real quick. It's ddemon26. It's on my main page,
DD one twenty
and
six.
D demon. So it's just a demon with an extra D at the beginning and then a 26. And GitHub or github.com/ddemon26.
Okay. Wait,
Oh,
how is it spelled?
your stream is behind here. It's D
Diamond. Okay.
and then
Not
demon
okay.
26.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think you put 27. You did put 27.
Okay.
And if you scroll down to my pinned ones, it's a
Okay.
2006 scape. Oh, actually, I have my GitHub link on my Discord, so you could have just clicked it on my guy. But
Yeah, that's so easy, bro.
and then if you go to client, source, core,
Wait.
game,
What the fuck is client? Repositories?
uh, yeah, no, sorry, on my pin pip, it's 2006 scape. It should you don't have to just on my main profile there. It should be
Yeah,
one of those
that's.
cards.
What should I see?
You should see client and server, unless there's one more subfolder you got to go into.
No, but I'm on the home page. I'm on the GitHub
Oh yeah,
page.
okay. On the home page, on the right, like you'll see it says like pinned, and then you see these cards where it's like
Oh,
Atom here, Unity Utils, TCS Physics Dropper, TCS YouTube Player, and then it says 2006 Scape.
okay, found it.
And then you should be able to go into client, source, core, and then it's the file game, and then you want to look for the method called do action.
Wait, I'm in source, main, Java,
Yeah,
client,
yeah, client,
.java.
source.
No, I'm already in the Java folder.
Yeah, okay, Java. Yep, yeah, your stream's catching up now. Main.
Okay, where's main? Yeah,
Oh no, you got to go to a. Well, no, just this is actually fine. It should be in here. Go to game. It should just find called game.java.
all right.
Yeah, I see it there.
What I'm looking now?
And look for do action. And then you just see like
All right.
how they're doing their packets, man. It's insane.
Wow, this is so readable. L, what the heck is L? I hate single character variables.
No, this is a deobfuscated. This is a deobfuscated client,
Okay,
so it's
okay, okay, okay.
like right. So like, I've cleaned this up. Like if you look at another branch, I've made it readable. But
Uh-huh.
like this is how like it's parsing its packets, and it's like it's by if statements, and it's like 5,000 lines long.
Wow.
and they're parsing like every packet for like every oh my god.
Well,
I
that's
think I spent like 2-3 weeks trying to clean this up for some reason, and like learning to, I guess.
yeah, but how would you do this anyway? So you see, funny thing is that this is what it looks like to me as well. Like, where is the client? No, the server. Is it the server? I just started with type 0. This is gonna get long. But why do you have so many packets? This is
It's not my program, like my
yeah.
repo, but it's just there's so much, like, it's RuneScape is what it is. It's
Hmm.
it's like a 2006 version of RuneScape, so there's a lot of content in the game. Like fighting, PvP, like farming, or skilling. It's like the whole game's there, and literally in one method.
So that's every possible action. So it's doing a walk whenever you do something. Are these coordinates? Can you imagine if there are coordinates in the
Yeah.
screen? Why? Yeah, why?
Yep. And then, like, the way, like, the do action takes an integer as like a parameter, and then that's how it's doing the if statement. So, like, depending, like, it'll pass in that, and then it'll pass the packets to the method. Like, I don't know, it's so wild that, like, even though that this is deobfuscated, this is still the correct method that the client was running on, except for all the wording is all jumbled up, right? But, like, this is still this kind of like the same structure as the real client they used back in the day.
Yep. Well, that's how you do it. Maybe you need to be a bit more clever with the messages, but yeah, if it's a lot of clicking, I don't see how else you could do it. Unless you have your game structured in a way. Well, that doesn't help really. Like with Unreal Engine, it feels less painful than this, but that's just because it's scattered across all the assets. Like if you have a real game and you have thousands of assets, and each of them is like they have blueprints for every one of assets, and they
Yeah.
work until you have no idea they exist until you have to touch them.
Yeah, that's another thing too. It's like, because this client has also got like assets and everything too, so these packets are unloading and loading them. Yeah, there's just
Yeah,
like you said,
honestly,
there's a lot
this
going on.
this is a bit easier to debug, right? Yeah, everything is there. You know that the packet will eventually pass in here and where it comes, and then just execute it. You don't have to find assets everywhere. Okay, okay. Um, let's create new new messages then. So I have a messages here. Update position. Well, should I do the update? I need to replicate the actions of building and destroying blocks. That would be the minimal viable replication. But I also want to do some interpolation on the way. Yeah, let's do the blocks.
Yeah, what's Minecraft without blocks?
What?
I said, what is Minecraft without blocks?
Exactly. Type. So let's create a new type. That is going to be a block. Block action. Wow, this naming is so random. Block action. And the type is going to be block action. What is the action? Enum class action type. So I can have build and destroy. That's going to be the action, and the underlying type is 0 and 8. So I need, what do I need? The world cell location. That's going to be an IVAC3, and that is a cell, world cell. Again, in my game, I'm now having this duality between world space cells and local chunk cell, which is how I optimized the render. But. So as for yesterday, this wasn't working because I tried to serialize directly this struct, but because of the way the structure is padded, this wasn't working because here I've done one single field at a time, and here I tried to deserialize the whole struct at once, and that didn't work. So with this in mind, I'll try not to make the same error twice.
I got no idea how serialization works in CPP. Imagine it's
well,
just marking it dirty, right?
Well, it's just a fancy word for saying, okay, this is a function that we use a template to deduce what to write in a buffer. So this is simply a reader takes in a byte buffer, and then it's got a template. You say read, and it takes the size of the data. If it's an int, if it's 32-bit, reinterprets the data blob as 32-bit and then returns the value, and then it forwards the offset. So that's how it's done here, and it reads. It just encapsulates the message raw data, and then I do a read of the message type, which is 16-bit.
Oh, so you got a generic there too. So
yeah. And if the type is a POD, then I read it directly. GLM is nice because it's all POD, plain old data.
Do you have inheritance in CPP? No, probably. I don't.
Inheritance in CPP?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why CPP was invented.
Okay. I see that generic, and I'm wondering, like, well, you can't have a generic without like inheritance, you know?
Generic is different than inheritance because generic is code substitution. Substitution. It's called generation. So the
Well,
template.
that's what I was thinking, because you can pass in like the base into the generic, and then separate them by class like types, right?
Yeah, I could do that, but then yeah, it has yeah, it kind of makes everything more complicated then. Like I would rather go with simple structures, and then if I need to inherit from different message types, I would just compose them. So if I have a complex message type here, complex, then I would, what the heck? Then I would just do, okay, this is going to be a mix of this guy here, and then there is going to be an update message. Boom. So I have a complex rather than doing inheriting between the both of them, which makes the code more unpredictable. So you don't know what is the structure of the data. It's easier to guess what is the structure of the data this way. If you do inheritance like this, then there are rules, but they are usually much more harder to read and parse. So this is going to do pretty much the same thing. It will make the blob message bigger. It will inherit with rules from these two structures. But yeah, that's the part of the C++ that makes things more readable. Like error,
Unreadable or readable?
Unreadable. It just makes it more complex. Like, have you ever seen WebRTC, like source code?
No, no, no. But I do know what you're kind of saying. It's like I don't use like I try not to even use generics as much as possible, just because it overcomplexes like the code. Obviously, you should like you shouldn't need a serialized method for every single one of these, right? You know, but
Like, hey, what is
sometimes
this
it makes
thing?
sense.
Like, this is okay. Oh, I have a datagram connection. Oh, look, it's ref counted interface. What is this? Then you go to a ref counted interface, and then it will probably have some more stuff in it. So it also inherits for something else. It's just, yeah, and you can already see that this has, I don't know, an observer. Okay, that's fine, but you have to implement it because this is abstract. This is not implemented. Ah, it's such a pain to use it then. I
I
mean,
know a
it
lot of
makes
people,
sense
and
because it might make sense
well, it
because it's
does.
very
Like
complicated.
it's But if you've ever listened to Terry Davis, he says, what he says, a stupid person always admires complexity, and then the simple, the
Yeah,
smart guy
yeah.
admires the simple things.
Yeah, I'm more happy when I see in my Git changes that I have removed more lines than I've added. Which mean, and if the game is still working, it means I did something better.
Yeah, it's one of your cross your fingers moments.
All right, so serialize. What am I doing? Block action message. Block action message. Got to block the action type. So w.write. No, bro, you have the action type first. Okay, and that one. And this is pretty much similar. Nope, because I didn't update the message type. Yeah. Let's try again. Nope, still on the old. Oh yeah, that's on my fault. So that's the action. Dot read. So this is the nested type, action type, and that's it. Dot voxel. Boom. We have a new message. Well, actually, I couldn't just return it, right? No need to do. We even know what the type is. Oh no, that's an optional. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I put an optional there. This is never returning an optional. I always have the promise that I will do error checking at some point.
Nah, those are your problems for tomorrow, Omni.
It is always tomorrow. Good day for doing error handling. All right. Now, the block action happens somewhere in the input handling. Yeah, I need to create a new module for input handling because this is making the file even too big.
I
Break
would
block.
assume input you can just grab a library for CPP, unless you're like trying to do everything.
No, because it's not that complicated. It's more on how you integrate it. So a library would just make it even harder. So to
Yeah,
to
that makes
read
sense.
in WinMain, to read input from the keyboard. Let me see, window. Where is the platform? Why did I put the platform window? So this is how you read in. You have the same kind of function that is called from the system, the operating system, and this is called by the main loop. which I don't remember what it is. I think the main loop is somewhere here. So you see, this is kind of the same with enet. This is the main loop in Windows. You pick a message, if there is any message. If there is no message, then you can do the rendering. If there is any message, then you translate the message. I think this is for translating keystrokes. Might not even need it. And then you dispatch the message.
Translate. Go to the translate message or method. Message.
This translates keystrokes
F12.
based on. I don't think it has F12 in here. No, that's Visual Studio.
Damn, I put my writer, like when it asked, it's like, what would you like your key bindings be? And I was like, oh, Visual Studio default.
Okay.
I think it's something B, Alt B, Control B.
I think it's F1. Is it not F1?
Well, the pencil icon I think moves it to you too. But if you right click should say
well, right click is thinking.
Damn, that's writer for you.
What's so difficult? Even he doesn't know what happened. Well, anyway, we have the documentation. Translates virtual keys messages into character messages. Okay, so this is what it does.
Character user.h. Okay, yeah.
So it does something. It's always in the examples. So it's one of those things that that's how you do it. Don't question. It's just one line. And this patch is where it will call for you the Windows procedure, which is this function. Where it is. So this is the function winproc that you define at Windows creation. So when you create a window, you define the winproc, and this is the function that will be called when an event is sent to that specific window. It will call this specific function, and then here you get the destroy, the windows that resize.
Yeah. Okay, I see it now.
The mouse wheel, and I just get the data that is associated with it.
Oh, yeah, and you just pass it into your own methods here. I see.
Yeah, the WinMain will then receive it, and it will dispatch it, and then it is received by the main application as well. And here you get a bunch of these functions, and that's how keyboard and mouse work. Then I also have the gamepad, which is just this. This is a new Windows API, the Game Input API, and
that's what you use for
very simple.
Your goggles, right, and your controller.
No, the goggles have a different API. So this is for the Xbox controller because it just makes things a bit easier to run when I'm on Windows. So you just create the game input, and then you poll the state.
Damn,
this is the state.
Put yourself a full controller suite.
but you know this is this easy. It's not like
yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. Even creating the window is not that bad.
That's a new API, right?
This is a brand new API, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all.
And it's very similar to what I also have on Android. But yeah, Android, it's not here. Okay. So that's all.
And what were you planning on doing with the input?
So the input, it comes over to E. By the way, if you want to know how the XR is done, that's way more complicated. So
No, you don't need to get that deep. I think you were gonna do something with your input. That's what we were talking about it.
Let me go back to the application. Just breaking the block. Break block. So in the break block, we gotta look. Wait. Regenerate. So the break block does a DDA, runs the DDA algorithm, and origin direct. So we have an origin, we have direction, and run the DDA trace algorithm. It is going to traverse the grid, the world grid, trying to find the first block that is not air nor water, and then it returns a heat structure which contains the cell, which I don't remember. It's the world cell. Yeah, so that's the world cell. It's got B. Well, this this looks like
This
it
thing
needs
goes by variables.
the obfuscate. Yeah, I'm using
I
them.
wonder what B could be.
B is the block. P is the point in the world space in a floating point, and N is a normal, and that is useless. I think. Yeah, it's not using. It's not using here, but I can use them to. And then I remove that block. So this is doing the build. Then it's finding the chunks, the chunk in which the block I just destroyed appears in, and it flags it to be regenerated. And regenerate is then taken over by generate chunks, which is running in an endless loop here. Maybe I need to put some delay somewhere because it is running crazy. And instead of breaking, well, yeah, I just need to replicate this. Break the block. Who is gonna break the block? So the brain melt that I'm having right now is that is the server also playing the game?
Well, in a sense, it is like, but like obviously you don't want it to be able to play, but it's gotta be able to like
Well,
be
maybe,
part of it in a
but
sense, right?
maybe you want
Like
to play, because why not? Why don't you want to host the game with a friend? Hey, look at this is a link. Come and join me on my private server. That could be useful.
yeah, if you want host server kind of stuff and have like a server,
Yeah.
like you would need to have the server player be playable.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you don't want users opening up a separate window just to run it and then tell people to join.
Because at the end of the day, my goal is to have the single logic code, and then based on the way you are running, have different behavior. But maybe I can abstract that with an internal server connection. So you're still a client within your own server. That could
Well,
work.
it's like if you're gonna go down that route, then you just might as well build everything as like the server is like a playable character, etc. Right? But then like when you opt into just like playerless server, you just either just like have a boolean or whatever to say, or if statement, just not this, don't do these, or don't spawn the character. Like it shouldn't be that bad, but you would want to build it probably towards like server host, right? And then you'd be able to kind of scrape away what you need just for like a playerless server.
Yeah, headless server. It's definitely needed for I don't know, running on a cloud node that doesn't have graphics render.
Yeah, but like even then, like the users won't even really need to know that like even though it's running in the VM, like you can technically play that player. Like they don't need to know that, right?
Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't even break the block. So when I run the command, I just send to the server break command. How do I do that? Let's see, I need a function on the server. So if I'm not server, then we're gonna have a server. And from there, server, send message. And this is where the template comes in. I can make this a template. Template type name
Damn, the thing is, like, if you plan to just like release this like on Steam and only Steam, like they got like the whole lobby and player connection and everything like all like done for you, and it's all CPP too. So
Yeah,
it's like you would just wrap their methods, and then you'd have multiplayer, you know?
yeah, that's true. Uh, but I'm not sure I wanted. Yeah, should I do lobbying in the, I don't know, rooms? Because I was planning to have like an open world, like just single world, persistent. Everyone is there. But maybe
That's
that's
simple. That's simple. You know, like having like multi worlds is always just like an extra layer of, you know,
yeah,
crap you
but
got to do.
yeah. Well, that could be something. Like you can create and host and self-host your own room, but then there is an actual server running everyone else. Yeah, that could be an option. So const t ref message no accept. Yeah, I think it's gonna be const too. Where is the client? So let me copy and paste. There's gonna be something like this: init packet and then send. We already have the message. Wait, the client. Oh, who are you sending this to? To the server. No, but this is. Wait. Oh shit. The server. Who is. What? I'm lost. Hmm. This needs to stay in the client. Wrong. Okay. But it can stay here too. I'll just leave it. So this needs to, because the client is active when you are the client, not the server. And the client will have a pointer to the server. Okay, now it works. Should I check the error? If
Nah.
okay, well, if I don't check the error, it means that I'm not gonna make it then. All right, so we have that. I don't need audio anymore. So that's going to be a client dot send a message, and the message is going to be of a type messages block action message. Let's create a message, and that's going to be const. So the type is implicit. Wait, maybe I forgot the type.
Why is
What?
I don't know, my camera is being fuzzy.
As
I don't know. Fuzzy cam. I Lucas like got some guy asking him to join him in a startup for Unity game dev, the company, whatever.
who got it? That?
Lucas, but Lucas was just like, well, no, I'm not really into Unity and high level. I do my low level, and then he sent him my way,
Okay.
and then I talked to the guy yesterday, and the requirement thing he gave me is to pick one of his mobile apps that his previous company made
Mm-hmm.
and just make like a recreate of it and send it to him. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. What is it about? Is it a mobile game?
It's yeah, like a mobile game. It's like it's the one that I picked. It's literally like that one you see in the ad where you run through the little goalposts and it's you get the points and
Oh,
pick
okay,
up the
okay,
gun
okay.
or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just recopying that one. The funny thing is I already had like a base set up for it, so and
Break block, build block. There should be a big build block somewhere. Oh, it was just right after. Wrong. Cell. World cell is an IVAC 3. Cannot initialize a local variable message. What? Because field is a type and cannot. To an optional. Oh, okay, it's an optional. But we already checked, and that is going to be value. Yeah. Okay, value. And message. Alright, so this is going to send the message. Maybe I want a log. Send message of type. String. No. Let's do a const char star. String. Keyboard is dying. Okay, update
what?
position.
None of my stuff. They're all wired. I never have that issue.
Well, I
What I
already
do
have
have
that.
is cable tangles.
I already have cable tangles, so if I add more cables, it's gonna
Hmm.
be. You know what nasty thing that happened? I had this old little dongle for another mouse that I have, wireless mouse, and on my brand new computer desktop, the dongle got stuck in the USB.
The hell?
I tried to pull it, and the like all the plastic and the circuitry came out, and only the metal frame is now stuck inside because they have those weird pins at the side, and maybe you just got stuck inside. And yeah, that's just it. I just left it at some point. I tried to pull it out with the pinchers, and I was just breaking the main board, so I just gave up at some point. So I have one less USB port.
One less USB port. That's a rip.
Messages to string for the message dot type. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, in this case, I could use concepts, which is something that I've done somewhere, and it helps you with the typing. So I know that all the messages will have a type field. So I can create a concept instead of just saying that this is a type, saying this is a type of a message groups, that all of them will have a type field. And that's a concept basically. And there are different concepts. You can say, okay, this is a numeric. This has a type field which is of this type, and you get runtime. You get compile time checks for what it's useful. And you can also do some checks on nullability and that yeah, ranges. I don't know, other things, like everything that can be done at compile time. Done. Let's see if I can receive the message then. So receive a message, and oh, by the way, the type is messages, message type. Now we have a proper type. And we can do a switch. Bro, what? Just fucking keyboard.
My name is Lucas. I do Lucas things with my fellow Lucas friends.
What?
Allocator.
You have all these samples.
Yeah, those are made from AI. Did it sound like them or what?
It does.
All it needs is 12 seconds of your voice. You just gotta say these 2 lines.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I remember those things. What is the service?
Chatterbox.
Is it local or?
Yep, it's on GitHub. You can grab it.
Oh, nice. Chatterbox.
Yeah, so it's where my voice lines are gonna come from. It's gonna be Lucas.
Types case.
Hello, my name is Lucas, and I do Lucas things with my Lucas friends.
I don't know what style of Switch I like the most. Okay, so what I need to parse. That's going to be the action. Oh, I'm gonna need so many references now. I've got the action. Received block action. Action. Oh, that's bad. Action. So if the action is that's the action of building. No, action. Okay, action. Okay. So when you have the action of building, you need to copy the build block. Server. Oh, I need something that aggregates everything that is world related. This means we need a new module that I'm going to call world. That's cppm, add it. Export namespace world. So what in the world is in the world? import world. The world's gonna have all the chunks. It's running, player, camera. What is it gonna have? Maybe the player and the camera too. Gonna have the cube. Do we need the shaders? Yeah, we need the shaders because we also want the world to render. Block world is gonna own also these definitions. It's gonna have a generator, a mesher, and the thread, everything. Okay, let's remove most of the things from the application logic. Who's gonna own Vulkan resources? Well, World is also gonna own all of this. Woo, that's a lot. Putting the upper base on a diet. What is size? The upper base. I'm removing everything from the application class, which really shouldn't take care of all this stuff. It only takes care of the rendering. Not even the rendering, just like the rendering system.
Sounds nerdy.
We gonna have world. And boom, world destroy. Destroy the world. Oh, it's 10. Well, guess it's time to go.
What?
Yeah. It is time to
What?
go. It is time to go.
Where? Where?
I'm going above.
Above?
Above. Yeah. It's time to go.
Oh.
I need to levitate. Do my levitation. Morning levitation.
Oh, what, 10? Is it 10 a.m.?
It is 10 a.m. to me, at
Oh,
least.
levitation time. Damn.
Yeah, I need to master it.
What, are you gonna sit there with your legs crossed and hum for a minute?
Yeah, people do standing desk and I do levitation desk.
Hey, man.
All right. Catch you later.